Yo, what's the line, Bass Assassin? What's up? What's happening? Did it take a little longer to get out on the water? Well, heck yeah, it did. You know, we just gotta be out here adulting. Adulting sucks. So sometimes you gotta adult. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this riprap for a little bit, and then we are going to bounce. Yo, what up, Faith? We ain't run this riprap in a while. We'll run it real quick. Raise the motor up. Let's get it. What up, Krill? Unlimited. What's happening? Jonathan, what's up? What up? All right, let's see what happens if we run this riprap. Surprisingly, it is dirty out here. That's weird. We're gonna run it with this dumb old, whatever this bait is, crush whatever. I usually run it with my American Shad Lucky Craft CB, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what it's called. We're gonna see if we can run through all this real quick. The grass seems to have grown. There's definitely grass cruising here where there wasn't before, but we're still in an area that tends to be shallow. So what up, homies? It's Monday. And just like Garfield says, sometimes Mondays suck. But he says he hates all Mondays. We are all right with some Mondays. Like the Mondays where it's Monday Night Football, we're all right with that. If fishing ain't adulting in big trouble, it's what I see. The Guntersvillians have made an appearance, bros. We better catch a fish for the Guntersvillians. I think I need to slow down this reeling in process. It's not as manly as my American Shad. Yo, what up, Snoozuk? We haven't been able to run the riprap in a while, so we thought let's just run it real quick. And we will get gooey grossness on us. Who is what, Snoozuk? It is very stained on this side. The water here is dirty, let's say. Very dirty. So guys, I was able during my adulting to finally fix the rivets on the trash can and 2 other compartments that were being stupid. So we are riveted up. The other rivets that I fixed were the rivets of the battery compartment, but now the compartments, the side compartments in the back, we fixed them. There's one. Sometimes you just gotta go back to the old school, dogs. Let's see what we got here. It's a bass, so that's nice. If we can land it, it will be our continuous streak continuing. But let's pull off the riprap real quick just to make sure Silver doesn't do anything stupid. It is an okay size bass, probably looking like mid Little Juan, possibly a Little John. Let's take our glove off so that we don't get it all wet. Let's see what we got here, boys. And just like that, guys, we have continued our streak, our non-zero streak. Right there, my dudes, with a dark, dirty bass. This looks like a Little John. Thank the good Lord that our streak continues. I mean, dudes, at this point in time, we can just pack it in and say later, dudes. But I doubt we will. But it is possible. Here we go. Let's weigh this guy real quick. Barely gonna push Little John, but more than likely high Little Juan. Oh, it's in the Little John category. This is definitely a Little John to continue our streak of zeros. This little dark Little John right here is okay. It's a little golden even. Can you guys see that golden hue right there, that golden tint? Washallow bros, we've hit the pot of gold. Let's take a picture of this guy. We have not hit the riprap in a while. We've been out going to other places. Just messing. Let me wash my hands real quick. All right, guys, that fish weighed. Let's see what it weighed. That fish weighed 3 pounds, 2 ounces. 3 pounds, 2 ounces. But thank the good Lord that our continuous non-zero streak continues. That's right. We used continue twice in that statement. But that's okay. This is not English class. This is not even fishing class. This, some would say, has no class. All right, guys. Well, apparently a water drop has chosen to almost exit my chat. I don't know why. It is definitely not bass class. It is hanging with a homies class, maybe. Probably also known as detention. I don't know. But whatever it is, it just is. We will be cruising. What is... Yo, what up, Jason? GM, it's like the Breakfast Club, bro. I don't remember the movie, but somehow they're all in detention together. Somehow they all end up in detention together and they become homies and whatnot. I mean, you guys have seen the short that I made. Now, if you guys think for a second that GM has not been in detention, come on, guys, don't be crazy. GM has to have been in detention at some point in time. There's no way. I mean, I think I've been in detention as well. I think. Let's see if we can't catch something slightly bigger than that. Where are the Canadian rascals? They're out there fishing, dog. There's another one. They're out there fishing, bro. Doing what Canadian rascals do. Gotta see if I can stay off the... He's not big. Stay off the riprap. I can't flip him because he's got only one little hook left on him. I don't want Silver's butt to hit the rocks. Maybe I'll just flip him. It's not big. It's a little Juan. Just a little Juan, guys. But that is fish number 2. If you guys like seeing fish caught, well, maybe that's your thing. Fish number 2 off the riprap. Something we haven't done in quite a while. Running the riprap. Fish number 2, another dark looking fish. There's no magic to what we're doing here, guys. We are just paralleling the riprap. I would much rather have my American shad Lucky Craft bait, but we're making do with whatever this bait is. This is just a little Juan. Just a little Juan, guys. We'll weigh it. Why not? It's not like we got a very limited time here. Okay. It is little Juan status. It was almost a little Rob, but it is only a little Juan. Now let's get back in the game. The heck? Be brave? Be brave? Who is giving out be brave advice? Moon, do not be brave. Be smart. It's not big. I don't think my arrow on my trolling motor is lined up right. This guy is really, okay, he came off. That arrow on this trolling motor is not lined up right. I didn't want to go forward because that was to that bit right here. But this arrow is not lined up. So that one came off, guys. I saw it. It was just a little John. I mean, a little Juan. So I wasn't really concerned about it. I was more concerned about not going into this spot because I believe they might be chilling right there. This is another little Juan. Just a little, guys. Just, I mean, it's a little Rob. Walk the plank, dog. Nothing magical, guys. Just running the riprap with a little square bill crankbait. 22 saying keep on keeping on. There's another one. They must be stacked up right here, bros. But they're not big. But they are stacked up right here. Hey, relax, bro. This is a crankbait. Nobody likes crankbaits, bro. All right. This is just another little Juan. Puro little Juan right here. I mean, little Rob, that one. It seems like they're just hanging out right here. What up, guy who just honked at me? I don't know who that guy was that honked at me. I pulled off just a little bit to see. What was going on right there. How did a bug during the day try and hit me in the face? GM, you might not have pneumonia, bro. That might be complications of your nose pregnancy. You might be confused. You might want to tell the doctor, hey doc, so the other night a bug went in and had its way with my nostril, and see if that changes the diagnosis. Because let's not forget that happened. Big fish was 11 pounds. What the heck? Well, that's cool. 11 pounds. I didn't tell anybody, bro. You put it in the chat. I mean, I guess they would have forgotten about it already, but I'm just saying, dog, that happened. I'm just trying to get you the proper diagnosis. I don't want it to go undiagnosed and then it's too late. Then they realize, oh man, he's just birthing bugs out of his nose. Which, speaking of, guys, so we shall have all parties remain. Oh, there's a whole bunch of bait right there. Maybe that's why these guys are. There's another one. There's just a bunch of little ones right here, bros. There's something going on here. There's a little party going on here. What up, little Rob? There's a party going on here. I don't think we're invited, but there is a party of little Juans right here. But yeah, dude, so let me just spot lock. Might as well. So you guys hear those stories of like chicks who are pregnant and don't know it? Bro, I mean, that's what GM's nostril reminded me of chicks who are like, hey, I didn't know I was pregnant, and then next thing you know, I had a baby. Now that to me is insane. Like, now granted, I'm not a chick, so I don't know, but I do know that there are some like if there was an oddity on my body or like in my body, then I would definitely know about it, and I'd be all like, what the heck is this, bro? This feels weird. You know what I'm saying, bro? Now, maybe at the beginning, okay, you don't know. But then at some point in time, bros, if you are like 9 months into a pregnancy and you are not knowing, what the heck? What is going on here, bros? That baby must have like just stayed in the same position for those entire 9 months. But maybe that baby stayed in that position and only moved at night when the mom was asleep. I just don't understand how that is possible, because your body changes. And for you not to notice any of this and be all like, oh no, I'm just putting on weight. Nah, bro, that's weird. Hold on, let me cast over to my right, because I saw something in the jump real quick. That makes no sense. Well, I don't understand it, dog. Dude, like, I feel gases moving through my body, and I'm like, oh, all right, that was uncomfortable. But, like, there was another one that just hit me. But I think they're all little Johns, little Robs. Like, how do you not know? How is it a surprise to you? That makes no sense. And it's not like it's spontaneous, bro. It's not like a Jesus type situation, bro. It's like there are things that are adding up. So if you're like, something's weird, but I don't know what exactly, well then you gotta add up all the factors that would maybe get you to question, is it possible? All right, guys, we're gonna move. I just kind of held up here because there's someone on a kayak over there. And now that I know which way they're going, we can move. Oh. There's another one. But they're all little ones. They're in a kayak. I'm going to tell them that there's some fish here. Excuse me. There's some fish here in case you, I mean, they're not big, but there's some fish right there in case you want to fish around here. Well, I was gonna move that way so you can fish this area if you'd like. Snozook, Colin has to live his life, okay? Colin has a life. And he's out there living it right now, bro. He's trying to catch himself a BBL. I'm not exactly sure what it was about this area that they were so stacked up right there. Now there's clumps of some kind of gross grass right here. I'm gonna see if I can my way through it, but it is like broken up, dying eelgrass or not dying, eelgrass that's being broken up. Broken down by whatever breaks down eelgrass. Enzymes, whatever nerd stuff. I haven't, oh, dudes. Well, so I haven't put any thump gel on here, but I want to show you guys something that I noticed on the ketchup. So you know how we have that other, we were given the other bait attractant, which We may have only gotten bit on it once, but we broke off. So no telling what that was. We definitely broke off. What up, old school? So I don't know what exactly that bait attractant is made out of. I mean, I don't know what thump gel is made out of either, but I definitely do not know what the other stuff is. It's in a syringe, and you just apply it onto your bait and whatnot. But I was looking at it, and it's just been in my pocket. All right, so there's a lot of bait fish around here. But I mean, we usually get bites here, so I would just assume that the bait chills here. I would like to be a little bit closer to the riprap with my bait, but there's that gooey, gross stuff that's on the bank or floating along it. So that other stuff has just been in my pocket cruising with me. And since we've been mainly throwing Mag Dizzies, we don't put anything on a Mag Dizzy. We just throw Mag Dizzies as is. So it's been cruising with me, and it does have some separation in there. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. What? Okay, well, that is, I guess that's one opinion, bro. But I have not tasted it, so I do not share that opinion. And what I thought it tasted like really doesn't matter. It really only matters what the fish think it tastes like. Well, Alabama Bassin, I will have to respectfully decline your invitation to have me, or your request, I should say, to have me taste this fish attractant. As I am not a fish, then it is not for me. There's a fish. This one feels a little better than the other ones. What it is, I don't know. It feels like catfish movements. Yep, sure as shad, it's a catfish. It's one of those calico catfish. It had the catfish hits all over it. Natasha, we will need your help. This is definitely a catfish. Unlimited. Excuse me, dog. I gotta borrow Natasha for a second. I'm gonna have to have a waterside check. I hit my spool. Look at this, guys. I hit my spool and I bird's nested while I was freaking landing a fish. What? That is stupid, but that's what happened. I'll be back. I gotta sit in this seat and grab this fish. I mean, you guys could watch it if you'd like. Let's have a waterside chat. We ain't had one of these in a while. This guy doesn't want to be a part of this waterside chat business. Natasha is not the best net for bass boats. I will say that. This is more of a net for kayaks. And let me guess, my net form is not on point. And blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. All right, guys, this is an okay sized catfish, but that's not what we want, so we don't care. Don't want to have to get my gloves all nasty with catfish. They just got washed. Alright, so the hook is out. Catfish is free, but the hook is tangled in the net. But not tangled, just wrapped up in it. Okay, that's out. What the heck? Okay, maybe not. How is this not coming out? This is very dangerous. This catfish can at any time lose its frickin' mind. Or am I the catfish whisperer? I'm like Caesar Mulan, but of catfish. guys. I'm like Caesar Milan of catfish. Watch this. See that, guys? If you want your catfish to be calm, you need to let the catfish know that you are in charge. Okay? You go up to it and you go, and the catfish then knows you are the alpha. The alpha. And the catfish will stay right there. Do not give it any, do not look at it. It wants attention. Just go, and that is all. And now the catfish will do what you want. There you go, guys. A lesson from the Latin bass assassin, the catfish whisperer, guys. There's a look at the catfish that we just caught. The catfish whisperer will now let the catfish go. The catfish is now tame. Woo! You see that, guys? And that is how you tame a catfish on the water. It is a wild animal, but you must let it know that you are in charge. Natasha, thank you for your assistance. Natasha assisted Boss. Real cool. She was chill. Okay, now we will move on to the next area to fish and go about taming these wild beasts. That's weird. I can't tell if this is an abrasion or catfish gross. Whatever. Let's just let it ride. But first, we need to get out our fish landing abrasion. I mean, bird's nest. I accidentally hit the button to let out the line, and that sucker let out the line, and then I stopped it, and then it was chaos after that. Actually, while I'm out here, I'll spot lock again. Let me show you guys what I was talking about. It's in my pocket somewhere. Look. So you see, there's some separation right here. So I don't know. You can see the color and the glitter have moved down to the syringe, the bottom of this, well, top, I guess, but it's moved to the syringe because I've had it in my pocket like this for a long time. So I don't know exactly what's going on here. I don't know if I gotta do the oh yeah, we gotta get all these air bubbles out. I don't know if I gotta do that in order to get it to mix up again, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's distributed the glitter a little bit. Color, I don't know. Maybe. But that will go into our pocket. We will put a little, I mean, it's been working, but we'll put a little bit of thump gel on this crankbait right here. And maybe make him a little bit more edible. But the crankbait by itself has been working. We've caught quite a few whatevers. Yeah, Moon, it's got glitter, but so does thump gel. Well, what looks like glitter. I can't say that it actually is glitter, but it looks like glitter. Thump gel has it in it as well. Here's the white one. It's got blue flakes in there. I mean, that's the only way I know to describe it, as glitter. Man, that chicken truck just drove by and it's leaving chicken feathers everywhere. And the smell of chicken litter, I can smell it, bro. Give away. What's happening, dog? What? Stupid little bass chasing my bait. So when I used the ketchup, I noticed that when it was put into Fish Love Chicken, well, that's weird. Maybe chicken livers, but those are the fish we don't want, dog. So when I put the ketchup, and I think I dipped my worm in the water, like right next to the boat, something happened. Like some of the glitter came off, and wherever the glitter was, it was spinning around like, dude, it was crazy. The glitter looked like it was possessed. Well, I mean, we've caught a couple, dog. We haven't done anything magical. All we've done is run the riprap. The biggest we caught was 3 and change, low change. 3 and, let's say, pocket change. So I don't know, bros. That glitter was spinning. It was whatever was in the ketchup. It was, there's one. It was dispersing throughout the water. This one's probably a little Juan, a heftier little Juan. We're trying to get off the riprap so we can land this fool. It's not big. It's got a couple hooks in it, so we're good. All right, we're off the riprap. This is a little Juan. Nothing too big. Just a little Juan. We will check him real quick. It's gonna be only 2 and change. No big whoop. This right here is a just kind of cut. But I will tell you guys, if you run the riprap in this manner, keep your engine up, because you do not want to, let's say, bruise your motor, your lower unit. None of that. That stuff hurts and costs money. So it was around here where I got that guy. So that fish weighed 2 pounds, 2 ounces. Oh, it's 2 pounds, 3 ounces. My bad, my bad. Took an ounce off that fish. My bad, bro. Two pounds, 3 ounces, homies. But you know that we are after BBLs. So I assume we're grateful for those fish, for catching fish, but we gotta get them BBLs. This is the home of the BBL, dog. So we gotta catch them. That'd be like if we were the home of the Whopper and we didn't have no Whoppers. The Rodcast has no affiliation with Burger King. It's that nasty, nasty. They're little chunks of eelgrass that are being broken up. But they cause this little algae. It's not letting me get right on the edge of that riprap and grind my crankbait. There's one. What do we got here? Okay, it's a bass, but again, just a little one. It might be a little John, I doubt it. Let's get him in here. Might be a little John. Probably just shy of it. But we gotta get silver. Hey, watch out, bro. Watch out, dog. No breakdancing on the boat. There's a rule. Dang, you hear how loud? How much meat this fool's got? He's over here friggin' slamming. This guy he had some mass to him. You're just like, plump, plump. But again, guys, home with a BBL. Not these vatos. Probably gonna be 2 and change. 2 and low change. That is correct. 2 and some change. Not bad for a Monday, I guess. 2 and some change, bros. We'd probably catch a little bit more if we didn't have to deal with this decomposing grass area. It goes away as we get further up the riprap, I believe. Oh, Don, but bumping anything on a bass boat costs money. So if I bump a power pole and I bend it or something stupid like that, you gotta understand, Don. I don't come from money, so, not that you do, dog, but I'm saying, I don't come from money, so I play very safe when it comes to my my boats and stuff, bro. All right, so that was probably a little Juan. When it comes to my boats, since I know everything is expensive, dog, that fish weighed 2 pounds, 5 ounces. That was just a little Juan. I don't know what we're agreeing with Jason about, but usually when people are agreeing with Jason, it brings a little concern to me. Because if we're agreeing with Jason, Jason is like usually 4 locos deep. So what does that mean? What did we just agree with? Not only what did we just agree with, but also how did he convince these guys who are sometimes sane to agree with him? What did he say that would make some of these guys say, I agree with him? That must be something of epic proportions, bro. All right, that. You better retire your fixing stick. Huh? What's a fixing stick, dog? Bros, these are the days of winter where we're out here running this riprap like this. But here we are, running the ribbity, the rip rap, you don't stop. That was weak. Dang it. I missed one. Saw a little bit of eelgrass on them. Paused mid-cast. Snozook, does it sound like I'm loving this right now, dog? Does it sound like I'm loving it? I mean, I'm not hating it, but love is a strong word, bro. I reserve the word love for things that are love worthy. Top water. We've never got anything to bite top water off the riprap, but we haven't really thrown top water on the riprap. We did. I think we threw the, what is that bait? What is Colin's bait? Unlimited knows it. He calls it by something else, but the jitterbug? Yeah, the jitterbug. We've thrown the jitterbug with no success. What up? I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was, but it kind of smells like they had some of the stuff. Let's say it kind of smells like they had motivation in their vehicle. Definitely smells like a lot of motivation in their vehicle. A weeble wobble. Assassins can't miss. Wow, those guys had a lot of motivation in there. All right, so after this spot right here, you start getting that eelgrass, that gross eelgrass again. You just gotta kind of weave your way through all this gross floating stuff. So here's my concern. Jason was requesting a top water. But again, if I agree with him, he's locos deep. Then what does that say about me? Because Jason was like, yo, top water, dog. I assume that's what he sounds like. I don't know for a fact. Top water, dog. And then I'm all like, that's not a bad idea. But now I question my thoughts because I'm 100% sober. Aside for that, the sniffing of that motivation that went by in that truck. So now, am I crazy? Am I 4 locos deep? I don't know. I should be concerned with my salvation and stuff if me and Jason are agreeing. So Jason, I mean, that to me sounds like you probably have some hydration in you, but maybe that's a little bit too much hydration. Might I suggest a glass of, and this is gonna sound super fancy, dog, so might I suggest a glass of H2O? That right there, bro. That should help you out. These other beverages that you... Dawn, are you out of here? I don't know if that peace sign means you're out of here, but if it does, peace out, Dawn. Dawn is crazier. Unlimited, he wasn't even a choice, bro. Dang, Dawn. You got some collateral damage right there. Snazook asked who was crazier between the three of us, and Unlimited just comes out and says, Dawn. Dang, Dawn. Unlimited's gunning for you. I don't know why. It's not big. It's not big at all. Okay, it's okay, but it ain't big. And now he's in the middle of the boat while I'm trying to stay off the riprap. This guy probably unplugged the GoPro. He probably did all kinds of stuff. Hey, executive producer, relax. All right, this largemouth is the executive producer of the Rodcast. Hold on, I'm trying to get off the riprap. The executive producer of the Rodcast wishes to remain. He's gonna. Come here, foo. Now you got yourself tangled in the power cord. You son of a fish. We got issues now, buddy. Okay. He's free of the power cord. Now he's got himself a crankbait in his face. All right, dog, I'm gonna need you to chill. I'm gonna need you to allow me to grab you. Okay, you're cool. You're cool. I will fish whisper you as well. It's a catfish. Let me ask you, can we call fish fat? Or is that a no-no? I think it's allowed. Okay, this is a fat fish, but it is probably just a little Juan. That other fish weighed 2 pounds, 5 ounces. Let's check this out. It's going to be a little Juan. A little Juan that needs to get on a diet, but still a little Juan. Yep, little Juan. Not even bigger than the other one. That right there, guys, is puro little Juan. In case you guys want to guess, executive producer jumped, flopped around, back of the boat all crazy. Got us in our own battery cable. There is some amount of line twist right there. A smart guy would just retie, but a cool guy is just gonna get some water. So, my dudes, that fish weighed 2 pounds, 2 ounces. Being fat to a fish is a compliment. King Gaming apparently goes a little harder than we do, but to each their own. To each their own, bro. Let us continue on our journey down this riprap. It has been fruitful, but not bountiful with them BBLs. We need those BBLs, dog. We got a $25 Bass Pro Shop. Oh, well, that was a carp. Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card that we got to give away. But the only way to give it away now is with a 5-pound BBL plus. If we don't get that, then we don't pay out. Them the rules. And don't worry, guys. What I got, you don't got to give it to your mama. If you win, you could keep it, guys. You could keep the $25 gift certificate and use it for yourselves. Or if you would like to, you could give it to your mama. Whatever you want to do, guys. I'm just saying, you guys can do you. All right, bros. So let me ask you a question. You guys let me know, and I will go with whatever your decision is. So today I was putting on rivets, right? I put on 3 sets of rivets onto the compartments, 2 of the back compartments and onto the trash can. So now the trash can is finally fixed. It's been like that for ages. But I didn't want to fix it until, well, I had to fix some other ones. So I was like, all right, I'll fix them all together. So as I was, doing the whole process, taking out the old rivets, this, that, and the other, everything was all hunky-dory, right? So then I get a phone call from my brother, and everybody knows my brother. And if you don't, well, you're welcome. But everybody knows my brother. And my brother, he called. And then, like an idiot, I made the mistake of answering. So I answer, and I'm like, what's up? And then he goes on on like his normal talk. And of course, I had to hear about his foot again and how he walked 2 miles or 2 hours and this, that, and the other. And I was like, dog, I've already heard this. yeah, wait, but. And so he keeps on just rambling. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And then, like, after a certain amount of time, I had installed some rivets, and then I go look to see how they went, and I had installed the hinge upside down, so it didn't fit. So then I told my brother, I was like, you stupid idiot. And then he's like, what? And I said, bro, listening to your stupid stories, I ended up putting the thing backwards. Because, I mean, I was having a conversation with him. I said, I ended up putting the thing backwards. And he goes, that's not my fault. And I go, bro, do you think I would have done that if I was paying attention completely? There were zero mistakes being done until I started listening to your mind-numbing story. So is that a coincidence, dog? And he told me, bro, that's not my fault. And I was like, dog, I guarantee you that would not have happened if I was not talking to you, because I would have paid attention. So I understand that it's my fault for answering the phone. That I understand. But at that point in time, I was all like, dude, now I have to take these rivets out. And if I hadn't have been messing around with you, I would have been focused. But he still claims that it wasn't his fault. So who was at fault there, guys? Was it me? Or was it my brother and his mind-numbing? I was like in a trance, bro. Because that's not the first time I've put rivets in. I was just all like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, I was like, what the heck? Well, son of a fish, I just put this in backwards. All right. We got one, he's innocent. Okay, we got two, he's innocent. We've got it's mind-numbing, so I would assume that Snazook was on my side. And I'm assuming that you guys, I mean, you should know the extent of my brother's powers to numb a brain to the point where you're all like, what just happened here, dog? I feel fuzzy. Like my mind feels like what happened. Because I tell you what, guys, after he got off the phone, though, I was on heightened alert because I had already messed up once. I didn't put any of them backwards. Until I got distracted again. But it wasn't backwards. I just had to pop out two of those rivets. So, Jonathan, I have already accepted that part of the blame. I had already accepted that I knew that it was bad news when he calls. Because, so here's the other thing, dogs. Oh, there's one. Oh, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. There was one right there, but here's the other thing. When he called, like, he was okay bothering me. He didn't care. He was all like, yeah, who cares, bro? You're doing whatever. I don't care. I said, bro, I'm putting on some rivets. Oh, yeah, wait, blah, 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 blah. But then, all of a sudden, like, after I was all like, oh, you son of a gun. Then he was all like, all right, wait, well, I'm going to take a shower. And I was like, all right, cool. I don't care. And then he's like, all right, blah, 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 blah. And then he kept telling me, well, I'm going to take a shower. And I was like, yeah, bro, I don't care. And he goes, well, I got to go. And I was like, then go, fool. So he was making it seem like I was bothering him. And I was like, dog, I didn't call you. I don't know if he wanted me to hang up, because I seriously, dudes, like, this guy has commitment issues or something, because he won't even hang up the phone. He wants you to hang up the phone, and he won't. He'll be all like, hey, hang up the phone. And I'll be like, hang up the phone? You hang up the phone, fool. You're the one who's leaving, and you called me. And he's like, hey, just hang up the phone. And I was like, no, bro, you hang up the phone. he's weird, dumb, whatever the case is, but he has some commitment issues, bros. But yet, there are times when Kimmy's on the phone, well, like next to him when he's on the phone with me. And then, like, I'm like, all right, dog, I gotta go, bro, I'm eating. And then he's all like, yeah, wait, but blah, 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 blah. And then Kimmy goes, say goodbye to your brother. And he's all like, Kimmy, I'm talking to my brother. And she's like, I'm gonna hang up. He wants to eat, so leave him alone. And then he's all like, Kimmy, don't hang up. And she goes, I'm gonna hang up. And then she hangs up, and then he's like, Kimmy, why'd you hang up on my brother? It's weird, bros. What up, Chad? Dudes, I should have listened to my gut, because I had to take out 5 rivets, bro. 5 rivets, which it was a pain in the butt to get the first few out. And I was like, dude, this guy's, why do I answer? But again, guys, I answer because you never know. I mean, look at the time that, I mean, I couldn't have helped him or anything, but the time that he had to walk 2 hours, I don't know what he expected me to do about it, but that's when I didn't answer. I was like, dude, put it in the chat. You know that I'm live, so put it in the chat. And he continued to put in the chat that he was, I don't know, dumb, I guess. But yeah, so I do take responsibility for it being my fault that that I answered the phone. I understand that. I should have just ignored him and been like, whatever, dog. But one of these days, I'm not gonna answer the phone and then it's gonna be like, yo, bro, I needed your help. And then I'm gonna be, because I have a heart and a soul, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna be like, oh man, I let my brother down. Jason, whoa. We gotta hit the brakes right there, bro, because just because someone's familia doesn't mean they earn the right to anything, dog. Like that fool, we just came from the same womb, dog. We didn't, like, this was not a choice, and he hasn't done anything to, like if he was ride or die, then that's my brother. We'll get down. But if you're not, then it's all like, dog, this is a two-way street, player. Like, I can't be the only one sacrificing and you be the guy who's all like, oh yeah, whatever, my brother will fix it. That ain't the way we get down, dog. Familia don't give you the right to do any stupid thing you want and get away with it. That is definitely not the way familia works. At least, not when it comes to me, bro. Here we go with a top water. Let's see what happens. We're gonna go this strip with a top, or this stretch with a top water. Jeremiah, what's up? Yo, Jeremiah, what's up? What's happening? We are stuck on our own. Yo, Jason, where I come from, dog, all my other brothers and sisters, well, most of them, I got their back, dog, but that's a different setup. But it also depends, bro, because like from my brother's side, he's all like, yeah, I got my brother's back. But you see, dog, there's the respect that I give my brother to not put myself in a situation where he would have to have my back. So at that point in time, I'm like, dude, I respect that there's gonna be some cost to have my back. So I'm not gonna do anything stupid, at least not intentionally. But this vato, bro, it's almost like he's all like, hey, let's see if my brother can get me out of this one. Which shows a lack of respect for your family. Essentially a selfishness, as it were. So yeah, bros, that's how I spent my day fixing and unfixing and fixing my mistake. And for the record, he did call me before I got on the water. He's like, hey, wait, did you fix the rivets? And I was like, a huevo? And then he's all like, all right. He said, see, it wasn't unfixable. And I was like, yeah, bro, but that didn't mean that I wanted to have to fix it. And he's like, yeah, all right. And then Kimmy was on the phone, and then she said, hey, it was your mistake. So she told me it was my mistake, but she told me it was my mistake for answering the phone. And I was like, I have not heard truer words, Kimmy. I have accepted that fact. He goes, you saw I was your brother. You shouldn't have answered the phone. And I was like, yeah, I know that. Poor Tino. You know, I hear that a lot, dog. I hear multiple people in my family say, that's Tino. It's just Tino and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, dogs, but you ain't cleaning up these messes. So it ain't just Tino. Like, you guys can wash your hands of it and be all like, hey, LA, go help Tino or go fix this. And I'll be like, what? Why is it my problem? And they'll be like, well, it's because you live there. I was like, I don't care. That's not my problem. And just because you guys live from a distance away doesn't absolve you of any responsibility. If you expect me to be responsible, well then, you guys better come with it too. So I know you guys only speak from the perspective of what you guys know. So I understand where Jason is coming from, where he's all like, bro, that's your brother. But maybe, which we won't, but maybe if you knew other things, Jason, then you'd be like, way. Okay, yeah, dog, you're good. You're good. Jason, I tell you right now, dog, there's never been a time when my brother needed me that I didn't have his back. But, boy, did it make me mad. I'd be like, dude, why? Why? This makes no sense. All right, guys, let's go under this bridge. We'll work the other side of the riprap. Because apparently all we're doing is working riprap today. Yes, Monday, let's work some riprap. It's that Monday grind, bros. Everybody had to have that Monday grind. So we're gonna do a little Monday grind. We're gonna go under the bridge and we're gonna grind that riprap, the rest of it. Jonathan, I think that's how the wild works, bro. I think wild, it's like, oh, or that member's injured, they're dead. I think that's how the wild works, dog. Not, oh yeah, we all have to slow down for them. Nah, bro. It's like that lion is chasing me. I'm out of here. I am an expert at being wild. What's this question about 38 and then 40? And then crazy how time flies. I don't know. All right, guys, there's a little breeze on the other side. So we're gonna see what it looks like over there. We're gonna see if there's a lot of eelgrass on the other side. So this might be a bunch of wasted gas, but let's see. I mean, not a bunch, it's only a little bit. I'll see you guys on the other side. Let's see how this looks. It looks like it's got some some eelgrass pressed up against it. But if it's pressed up against it, I don't care. It's whether it's just kind of floating there that would bother. Jonathan, maybe you were thinking elephants, bro, or something like that. Where I think an elephant would be all like, hey man, we gotta protect this little baby or whatnot. But again, you gotta remember, brother isn't a little baby. It's not like we're here with an innocent little baby calf. And we're like, everybody protect the baby. No. It's like, yo, bro, that's a full-grown adult. Why does he have his head inside of the lion's mouth? What is this idiot doing? See what I'm saying? That's where the confusion comes in. Nobody in their right mind puts their head in the lion's mouth, except for my brother. He's all like, oh, look at how roomy it is inside this lion's mouth. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, dog? I'm just checking out the lion's mouth. I'm like, dude, are you aware that lions eat people like us? What? And then there you go. Now I'm fighting a lion. Okay, this is terrible, guys. We're going back to the other side. And then there you go. I'm fighting a lion because My brother wanted to see what the inside of a lion's mouth looked like. That is what I am talking about. Because to a logical man, it makes no sense when illogical decisions are being made. Like that. My logical mind is, whoa, this makes no sense. No rational human being would have made this choice. You know, I've seen people fish the riprap. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it. We're going back to the other side, guys. This was all nasty with eelgrass. Nothing we can do about it. We're going back to the other side, and we are going to from the other side of the other side. Yeah, I was just getting a feel for my mindset, bro. If I was to blame or not, that's all. I wasn't trying to put the heavy on the Rodcast, bro, because that's not what the Rodcast is. The Rodcast is for chuckles. I only mentioned it because the idiot called and was all like, hey, wait. And Kimmy said, yeah, he's dumb. So I was like, okay. Unlimited. Okay, yeah. It makes for good viewing and good insanity. But then I'm driven to the brink of insanity as I'm trying to catch a fish and I'm babysitting an ancient toddler. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing back there? It's too quiet. Nothing. I'm like, I know you're up. What are you doing? I didn't do that. You did. It was, but I'll be like, what? Yeah, but it. Now this has little to no eelgrass. We will be cruising. Bro, if you were watching the Rodcast at night, oh, bro, I wanted to strangle him because he had thrown, like, dudes, literally I saw him throw eelgrass on the deck of my boat, and I told him, don't be throwing eelgrass on my boat. What are you talking about? Wait. And I said, dude, I just saw you throw eelgrass on my boat. He goes, no, I didn't. I was like, dude, I just saw you do it. No way. I was like, look at that eelgrass at your feet. I didn't do that. I was like, bro, there's nobody else back there but you. It was the fish. And I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me, dog. And that is like the insanity about, bro. It's like I'm dealing with the world's oldest toddler.